Oh my
You
God.
never heard of Money, Power, Respect?
That's what you need in life, right?
That's a lot. See, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's almost every major hip hop or R&B hit. I would say probably a good portion of them featured somebody from the Locks, if not all of them at that time.
Absolutely.
Don't you stand there and look at us all night. We're gonna worship the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. And we want to hear you sing. Most of all, God wants to hear you sing. Are you ready? Lift your voice, everybody, say, sing.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Theodore Campbell, and we are part of Unadulterated Podcast. We doing another video this evening, and we thank you for all the support that you've been guys been doing for us with the last few videos. And I'm here with my partner, Bianca.
Hey guys, good to see you guys again.
Exactly. So we appreciate all the support that you've been showing us in our last videos. We thank you for the people that subscribe. We thank you for the people that hit like. We thank you for the people that comment.
The
And
emails, everything.
we got some emails. You ain't tell me about that.
Cut it out. Like, I check the emails. You just stay chill, all right?
All right, well. All right. So we want to talk about the music and how the music has changed from where it's come and where it's going. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring in a third person to speak on. We didn't just want to speak our opinion. We wanted a third person. And unfortunately, we had somebody lined up and they had an emergency. And they was a younger perspective because me and Bianca, we in our 30s. We had somebody in their 20s that could speak, but something came up. But my
You got
boy,
the next best thing.
exactly, my boy
Next,
Well,
Louis,
in your own right, the next best thing, and we're so excited to have you, Lewis.
Louis
hey, how are you?
Maisonet, my boy. I known this boy since junior high.
Yep.
I,
We met when
I
I was 11, I think.
that was 11.
Yeah, that was in 96.
Oh
His,
wow.
his memory is way better than mine.
Yeah.
But not only did we say Lewis, but not only that, but he jumped up right on time and was ready to go.
Yeah, so we're so happy. Thank you so much for coming through, Lewis, just when we needed you. And so maybe we should just jump right into the conversation.
Well, first of all, Lewis, say hello to the people.
Well, hello, everybody.
I'm Ratchet. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry,
No,
people.
that's
I'm
fine. I've
Ratchet.
heard about you too a lot, Bianca.
Oh, well, it's nice to talk with you. I mean, this is the perfect platform so we can get to know each other, and this is a pretty fun and light topic. So I'm looking forward to the conversation.
Me too.
That's cool. That's what's up, man. So, I mean, the whole gist of this whole topic was I think nobody could say that they haven't lived their life and then not enjoyed music. Like, music is a part of everybody's life. And the way that it shifts is different shifts of music. And, a lot of people have the opinion to say, well, the 50s was the best music. The 60s was the best music, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and we can go so on. But I feel like we can only speak for our generation. All of us in this live right now is from our 30s. So I felt we should have a conversation and say how we feel about how the music has changed in our generation, and do we feel like it's getting better or is it getting worse? What y'all think?
Well, we're gonna give Lewis the courtesy, to respond first since he's a guest.
So when you say better or worse, are you talking for my listening pleasure or for opportunities available to people coming up?
A
Um,
little bit of both. Like give I look at you as an open-minded person, so give us a little bit of both.
Well, in my opinion, it's probably the golden age to make money, right? I mean, how
Hmm.
many rappers you've seen come up? I mean, it's not like, there's 30 Lionel Richies out there or, you know, Jennifer Hudson. I mean, we don't see that often nowadays. And with social media, I think Justin Bieber started
Hmm.
off of YouTube, right? Something like
Exactly.
that.
Yeah,
So, I mean, that wasn't around back then. So imagine how much everybody else would have blown up back in the day, right?
absolutely.
I feel in form of talent, probably not, like in my opinion, you know.
Okay.
That's just me. That might not be something like my nephew who's 19 or gonna be 19 might agree with, but he's never heard Luther Vandross sing like "Endless Love," or he's never heard some of these old songs that me and you grew up with that my mother goes crazy for, or even us that we still kind of it hits a chord with us, right? Like there's some songs with us that we hear and it just throws us back. So that's just my take on it.
Absolutely. What about you, B? How do you feel about it?
Um, well, first thing I like that he mentioned about Justin Bieber coming up, through YouTube and those opportunities that are not now present, because that kind of set the bar and kind of was a trend from there that people began to come out via social platforms. And so it cut back on a lot of the red tape that it is to enter into the music industry. But then again, it just allowed for a whole bunch of junk to pour through too. Like it was some
Absolutely.
junk in there already, but now it's like no filter and anybody can kind of be an artist. Like if I wake up tomorrow and want to sing a song, I can put that on iTunes, and which is great for the opportunity, but it doesn't necessarily speak to the talent. But always, you want to know like what's my favorite music or what you asking?
Yeah, I mean, what's your genre? Because I mean, it would be very unfair for you to judge a genre of music if you don't even listen to that music. So, what do you listen
What
to?
you trying to say? But I really love R&B. I love all music, but I love R&B. I love some gospel music, like more of the contemporary or more on the hip side. I like that too. I like all music. And yeah, I got children and I listen to rap too. So I can't say I know too much or a lot about it, but I know the songs if I hear them.
What about you, Luke? What kind of music you listen to?
Well, I would say it's mostly old songs, but my wife also listens to country music. She's always enjoyed country from.
Okay.
I mean, we've been together forever, her and I. So from the moment we got together, she's always enjoyed country music and R&B and other forms of music. But um, yeah, for me, it's just R&B, oldies, anything probably up until goodness, like maybe the 2000s. Nowadays,
Okay.
I can't listen to whatever's on. Have you heard an R&B song lately?
Like none of it, you can't listen to any of it. None.
I rather listen to like talk radio.
What about like
Wow.
we getting old. We all getting old.
Yeah.
I actually love talking, but I'd rather be going down the street listening to something that's educated me. But just on the fun tip, you don't like Drake or does your wife like Little Nas X country type? Or,
No, but I think even that song is a remake of a Billy Ray Cyrus song.
yeah, but
So
does she like that version of it?
I wouldn't say very many people like it, as opposed to it's it's trendy. It's a super catchy song, right? It's like people work in department stores, or you ever been to Sesame Place? You know, you got kids. You ever been to Sesame Place either as a child or adult?
I don't think we have a Sesame Place around here in the South that
All
I.
right.
Yeah, yo, Lou, I
Well,
think that's an up north thing.
all right. Well, they have parades and people like characters are dancing down the street, but there's like kids who work there who are like singing along with the song. They don't
Mhm.
even realize they're singing it. It's like Stockholm syndrome. It's like they've heard it so much that like they're starting to identify with their captor. So it's kind of like how some of the R&B songs are now. Like you hear it so much that you can't help but to sing along. It's
Yeah,
in commercials. Some of these terrible songs are like in video games like NBA 2K. And I'm like, I cannot believe this song made it on there. I can't believe it. I'm blown away.
but you like it? Is it catchy or like?
It's just catchy. I wouldn't say like it. I mean, I would never go out and willingly buy that album. If anything, if I was gonna buy a device and they said this comes with, so and so song, I can't think of anything specific. I'm if I don't enjoy the song, that's not like a selling point for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It might, if anything, it might deter me. Like I don't want to be forced. I don't want something shoved down my gullet if I don't want it.
I feel I feel you on that one. I know as far as me, I'm kind of a mixed bag because I love my gospel music because I grew up in church. I love the church sound, but I got my moments. Like Lou could tell you, man. I could be ratchet when I want to be, man. Yo, you catch me on the
Mhm.
wrong day, yo, I'll be in my ride bumping hard with the ratchet stuff. So I'm a mixed bag, but I'm gonna have to agree with him on the fact that I'm not gonna say the music is whack now because I don't want to sound like a hater at all, but it definitely doesn't have that feel that we had back in the 90s and the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I think we all can agree on that part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
remember my first album that I ever owned was I got it by accident actually. I don't even remember what I originally intended to order, but my stepmother, she put it through one of those catalogs, if you remember back in the day. You
Mm-hmm.
like fill the bubble and it sends you like 10 CDs for like $30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And they didn't have what I wanted and they sent me Boys to Men. And it's still those songs are still bangers right now.
Yeah, right.
I think that feel, that '90s feel, is what we're longing for. I don't know. I think that the generations behind us, they don't really know what they're missing. But you kind of hear like a bunch of remakes of things that we used to listen to, and it's like they think. Like my daughter, she thinks she introducing something new to me. I'm like, girl, this is the real song right here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
So what
especially on some of those songs like that song by the weekend, Blinding Light, or yeah, I think it's Blinding Light. I
hmm
mean, it sounds like a song from like the late 80s, early 90s. There's a bunch of songs like that now where the kids are hearing it and they're like, "Oh my god, like the tempo is there." The only difference is it's by sang by a millennial, I guess.
Oh, okay. So Bianca, what was Lou just said well one of his first albums. What was your first album that you ever actually went out and purchased?
Well, that was purchased for me was like something y'all wouldn't even know nothing about. It was Kiki Wyatt, and I learned that whole album. You don't know what that is, do you?
No, I have no clue who
She
Kiki
got a couple
Wyatt is.
songs with Avant and some things like that. Amazing voice.
Oh, okay. What's that, R&B?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I mean,
I know
I've
for me,
I've
my
heard of Blunt
first,
before.
yeah, I know who Avant is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know who he is and you know who she is. You just
Okay.
don't know.
My first album was the No Way Out album from Puff Daddy.
Hmm.
You wait, no, wait, what? First of all, I ain't like that face you just made, Bianca. You don't know the No Way Out album?
It's a classic.
Crickets? Wait, oh, hold up. So you don't know the whole all about the Benjamins movement?
It sounds familiar. Yeah.
That's when Big passed away, right?
Cut it out. Like,
Not,
do
not,
I
not
have to
out.
know the album name, or can I like just know? I told you if I hear it, I probably know it if I hear it.
No, you let me down because me and you had a beef earlier, and I asked you a question. No, I gotta address this. And Lou, wait till I tell you this. I told her about the Locks. The Locks just dropped the album last week, and this woman don't even know who the Locks is.
Well, tell us about them. Who are they?
Lou, are you kidding me?
They're like the one of the founding. Well, I wouldn't say founding. They're probably one of the bigger groups over here. I mean, they've been rapping for 20 plus, almost 30 years, haven't they, Ted?
No.
The Locks. First of all, how you? Okay, let me ask you a question. Do you like hip hop, Bianca?
Of course. Why not?
So if you like hip hop, how you don't know the Locks? Like they was
I mean,
like,
do I have to like? Come on, you black? Do you know all Black history?
that's a good
Maybe,
point. But
maybe she's heard of them individually. Jada Kiss,
Don't
Sheik,
do that.
Styles P.
do you know who
Okay,
Jadakiss is, Bianca?
yes, you're right, Louis. Thank you.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. All right, you get a pass with that one. But dang,
Look, like I said, you black. You don't know all the history, do you?
I don't. But man, like to me, that's the biggest highlights of junior high for our age group. You talk about
That's for you. You
Yes.
still don't know the people I like.
okay. Say so. Name some people.
Okay, Jagged Edge.
I know who Jagged Edge
But you
is.
didn't know who Kiki White was.
Say somebody else.
Mm, Total SWV.
Look, Total was listen. Total was the Locks bandmates. They came from the same group.
This still is not relevant. Like, come on.
How is it not relevant?
Do you really want to go there?
Let me ask you a question. Do you know that song All About the Benjamins?
Yeah, I know that song.
That's the Locks.
I don't know who that is. Like, okay, Louis, tell him like this. Does your wife know who the Locks are?
Probably not, no.
Thank you. Cut it out.
Oh my God.
But but my wife has never really been into hip hop rap like that.
Well, so
Especially
do you like it? Do you have to like know all about it, or that's what I'm trying to figure out? Like, does that make me like not qualified?
no. I mean, people. It's surprising that for our age group that you've never heard of them. But I mean, like I said, I'm sure my wife has heard a song from the Locks and they said something offensive about a female or sex or something like that, and she's just like, nope.
See, and this is what you ride down the street listening to, Teddy.
But let me ask you a question. Oh, absolutely. I'm ratchet as hell. I'm Christian, but I'm a ratchet Christian, first of all.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Oh my gosh.
you never heard of Money, Power, Respect?
That's what you need in life, right?
That's the Locks. See, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's almost every major hip hop or R&B hit. I would say probably a good portion of them featured somebody from the Locks, if not all of them at that time.
Absolutely.
Especially under Sean Combs and under Puffy.
Okay. I'll make an effort to kind of get to know who they are. I'll try. But I like DMX. Who else? Is that good? Does that qualify?
Well,
I think they
DMX
were
was
under
they
Rough Rider
people.
at some point too.
Exactly.
DMX is in their new song.
They was all
He's in
on
your new
Rough
song?
Riders.
They went from Bad Boy to Rough Riders.
Yeah.
Right. So they were in all these songs with Diddy, and then after that they went to Rough Riders. And now their new album, I think their single, they had X in it, right?
Yeah, sure did.
You mean
It's
like now,
crazy.
2020?
Yeah, like a week ago
They
they
just
released the
dropped the
video.
album last week with DMX. That joint is fire.
Oh, you like the whole album?
I didn't hear the whole thing, but just that one song tell me the whole story. They spitting hard.
What's
It's
the
like
lyrics like, Teddy?
They spitting that real bars, not that bubblegum crap that these people rapping nowadays, man.
mhm.
Oh, okay.
It's so easy to be a musician now, I think.
All
Uh,
right. We should
in
make a song.
contrast to back in the day.
We could probably make a song up right now.
We could. Even if it was bad, I think we would still make money. We
Yeah.
can monetize
Absolutely.
something that's terrible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Turn a beat on and try to see what we can come up with if it's that easy.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's easy. It's easy to get your name out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder to get something like a good product out there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's tons of Googles out there. There's only one actual Google though.
That's true.
Right? That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the game real quick because we talk about hardcore rap. Let's switch it up real quick. What y'all think about Kirk Franklin?
I haven't heard anything about him recently. I know way back his energy was like unmatched, right? I mean, so I think people gravitated towards that, and you know, especially with like gospel and Christian music and stuff like that.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's harder to be trendy in those areas because when you appeal to a wider audience in something that's so niche, like something so specific, it is tougher no matter what, even nowadays.
Absolutely.
I think that just him being able to introduce all these different artists, I think like unmatched, especially on the gospel side. Gospel side. What'd you say? What'd you say his name was, or he was the what of gospel?
Oh, this is just my opinion. I don't want to piss nobody off, but I think Kirk Franklin is the gospel Puffy.
That's
That
that's
makes sense.
yeah.
I mean, for real, like this dude, like he done switched up the game on people, man.
Yeah. That's why
So
some people still listening to gospel anyway, right now.
so let me ask you,
Absolutely.
Ted, what do you
Okay.
think in comparison to Kanye, what he's doing now with the whole gospel albums and stuff? Do you think without Kirk Franklin, there would have ever been an attempt by Kanye to go into gospel rap?
I think that's a weird question because I feel like Kanye West is in a weird place right now. Like I really feel like Kanye West is genuine in his heart, but it's like he really got on this Jesus movement like lately. So it's like we haven't given him a spot to really grow as a Christian. So I mean, it's hard to say because I mean, as far as the music is concerned, we already know that Kanye West is dope. Like this dude got a mean ear for music. The people that he picked as musicians and choir mates on his music, I mean, they're awesome. I've listened to many Jesus a King and different Sunday service different music and it sounds amazing. But as him as a person, even though he's a very opinionated guy, I feel like he's a baby in Christ and he still has a lot to grow, you know, to be able to put such bold statements out there.
Well, I think what
But
Lewis was saying is like it's like kind of the music from Kirk Franklin kind of opened up the door for somebody like Kanye West or Ty Tribbett or or Molly Music, all those people to come into gospel.
I don't think when it comes, I think Kirk Franklin opened the door for a lot of people in general, but when it comes to Kanye West, I don't think he opened the door for Kanye West because Kanye West is he's so arrogant. Like it's like you can't tell that guy nothing. He's gonna just do what he do anyway. So
Yeah, like
Right,
he
so
makes his own lane.
so you think without Kirk Franklin setting the blueprint, Kanye would have been he
Receive.
would have gotten up eventually and said, "Let me get this gospel album. Let me."
I think he would have did it either way. Now,
Okay.
Kirk Franklin might have made it easier, but I think Kanye West would have still did it because he's that kind of guy. He's just that bold. He don't really care. So, and shout out my own page because I just did a Kanye West track on my page.
We're gonna put that in. We're
It's-
gonna feature that at the end of this video. We're gonna feature that.
oh, you gonna put my video? Thank you. I appreciate that.
We got we got you. Hmm. Yeah, but
Oh,
Louis,
no.
I guess all-time favorite music, Louis. This is what we need from you. Like, I know you say you like the R&B and the talk radio, NPR style. Like, what do you love? Like the top of your list.
See, I wouldn't even say NPR.
I'm joking.
No, I know, but I listen to ESPN. Like I listen to sports all day while I'm working.
Hmm.
But I guess when I start listening to music, especially on my computer, I literally always 100% of the time will listen to Endless Love at least once because it's an amazing song. You know what? I don't care what people think. But when I'm making my playlist, it's everything in there. It's some new music. There's an R&B guy from England, Rag and Bones man. I just like his voice. His voice sounds like it's hard to describe. Like you ever hear someone when they sing and you're like, man, that person means it. Like Ted and I were just talking about it the other day. Like I think Jennifer Hudson is a once in a lifetime, like
Yeah.
once in a generation voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's always on.
I
Yeah.
love that Louis is kind of making these points because it kind of shows like, you know, we had that better music or good music in our generation, but now just as we've grown, Louis is like a representation of somebody who appreciates music for music. It's not about necessarily who it is. He's like looking at the quality of it and still like being able to appreciate it just for that. Not
Exactly.
so and so sings it or whatever. He's listening to it for what's really in it. You know, whether that be whether that's the music in the background and the lyrics involved and all this stuff together.
See,
I
my
think
wife,
yeah.
when you say the songs, so I'll listen to the song sometimes, and I don't really I don't really process it the way my wife does, right? My wife could hear a song and at the end she's like, what the hell are you listening to? And I'm like, what? She's like, he was just talking about killing puppies. And I'm like, oh, I didn't get that. The beat was good. It was slapping.
Killer
So
puppies.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like she hears the entire message in the song. And to me, it's just like there aren't a lot of people like that. Those are people who could read a book and they just have like a clear picture. Like they could imagine the grass and all this stuff. But I mean, I do get it at a certain point, just probably not as quick as someone like my wife, who has a lot of the same views as me when it comes to music. Like, I don't know how people could survive without music. My wife, she takes a shower. If she wants to have like a nice relaxing shower, she has her Bluetooth, the radio is on, all that. It's just she that's how she is. That's how we both are. But I just don't know how people could survive without it.
Absolutely.
And it's definitely needed in this time. Like music has like, man, I think that's been like somewhat of therapy for us in 2020. So that's
Yeah.
why I can pick up some trash and it'd be catchy and it'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with that. You know, just something to kind of help you escape from the reality of things.
hmm Well, nowadays, especially with like just entertainment, I would call music as entertainment, but like the with social media and internet, it's like a highway. Like going from 2 lanes each way to like 100 lanes each way, right? There's
Mhm.
just so many ways to get yourself out there where if people tell you you're good, which I do believe is happening a lot right now, right? Like if you have one person say, "Oh, your voice is beautiful," and you just have a terrible like, it's not. It's it's either like to me, it's either our references Whitney Houston, Jennifer Hudson, even Beyonce, um, people like that, right? So everyone thinks they sound like that, and they want to get that out into the world. And